I want to use this moment to continue this conversation that we are having in this space today about a fighter from Louisville, Kentucky, about a fighter who spent his life fighting injustice, fighting for equality, trying to make sure that the little guy had a voice. A fighter whose sacrifice so very much over the course of his life to make sure that others had, when in many instances they would have not. And we've recognized that fighter in this community for so many years, who's dedicated himself, who's been ingrained in this community in significant ways. And that man, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you tonight, is not Muhammad Ali. That man tonight is Raoul Cunningham. Raoul Cunningham, for decades, has served as the president and CEO of the NAACP here in this community. And earlier this year, he announced that after decades of fighting and protesting and marching with King and making the powers that be acknowledge the desires and demands of those who had little, this man now has decided that it was time for him to pass the baton to someone else. And so tonight, we want to pause to celebrate Raoul Cunningham, who recently announced that he's stepping down. Won't you turn your attention to the screens?
Courage, determination, leadership. These are the qualities that define a man whose life has been devoted to justice, Raoul Cunningham. One of his first direct actions was a stand-in at the Brown Theater in 1959, where Raoul and others challenged segregation head-on by refusing to be turned away from a screening of Porgy and Bess. This was only the beginning. By 1961, Raoul was leading mass protests that would see hundreds arrested, but ultimately ended segregation in Louisville's public accommodations. Raoul's commitment to civil rights extended beyond the picket lines. As a student at Howard University, he organized the first Young Democratic Club and continued his advocacy with the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee. As campaign manager for Georgia Powers, he was instrumental in her election to the Kentucky State Senate, where she made history as the first African-American and first woman to hold a seat in the Senate. In Washington, he helped pass the Martin Luther King Jr. Holiday Bill and supported the civil rights agenda under Senator Walter Huddleston. Today, as president of the Louisville branch of the NAACP, Raoul Cunningham continues to lead the fight for justice. Under his leadership, the branch has been at the forefront of tackling issues from voting rights to housing discrimination. His voice, always steady, reminds us of how far we've come and how far we still have to go. Raoul's tireless efforts have not gone unnoticed. His lifelong dedication to civil rights has earned him numerous honors, including the prestigious Martin Luther King Freedom Award. Yet perhaps his greatest legacy is not the awards, but the lives he has impacted in the movement he has strengthened. Raoul Cunningham's story is a testament to the power of youth activism, unwavering commitment, and the belief that one person can truly make a difference. As we honor his legacy today, we are reminded that the fight for justice is not over. And thanks to leaders like Raoul, the torch is passed to a new generation.
Ladies and gentlemen, won't you welcome Raoul Cunningham to the stage? Pretty big security guard you got. Raoul didn't know we were doing this tonight, but we want to thank you and honor you for your decades of service and your commitment to this community, to people who have found themselves on the bottom half of what the society's had to offer. And we want to give this to you as a small token of our appreciation, Raoul. It's a gift that just acknowledges your work, your dedication, your leadership, and unwavering support for justice in our community. Won't you say a few words?
Thank you so very, very much. This is humbling and a great surprise. As we look at where we stand today, the principles of Muhammad must rest with each and every one of us. I want to thank Devon, the young lady who used to ride by my mother's house on a bicycle with freckles on Montclair Avenue, the queen, the princess, and thank you, the community. We are now in trying times, but in the words of the old civil rights hymnal and hymn, we shall overcome.
Thank you, Raoul.